Good morning. Welcome back to Dad Bod Trading, the most normal, average, and boring trading on YouTube. And yes, once again, we are here on a lovely Friday, which is dreary, gray, rainy, muddy outside, but here we are, back at the stock market, back at our game, and we have some wonderful, wonderful developments here with Disney. This is a swing trade that's worked out very, very nicely. And it's careening towards our goal of 121, 120, something like that. Um, and we have one put left. I actually bought this into the close yesterday. I think it was right around in here-ish. Yeah, I think it was here. And because I ended up selling for another $100 profit right down in here. And I was just like, I really, really should get back in on this. Oh, yeah, I sold it right here. That's right. Anytime there's a little W pattern, I don't like holding through those. So, I mean, I ended up being fine. I should have kept on holding that one that I had because we hadn't reached our goal yet. But I'm like, man, 121.5, that's within 50 cents of my initial goal. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take the win at $100 profit. That's well over 100% because I bought it for like $78 and it's well over like that. What would that be? 125% profit, basically. So I'm thinking, wait, did I just do mental math? Hang on a minute. I gotta check something here. Nope. I want my calculator. Where's my calculator? So I sold it at one. Hang on. Let me look at the order here. Do 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 do. Yeah, 179. I bought it for 178. So yeah. So 179 divided by 78. Is that right? 78 divided by. No. So yeah, I guess profit was 130%. So it's pretty close. Anyway, I'm always impressed when I can actually do accurate mental math because I'm not terribly good at it. So that's why I was like, I should double check this. So yeah, anyway, here we go. Disney again. This is the story. It was fantastic. So okay, so Monday, of course, we had our watch list from the weekend, and if Disney was going to tip the scales at 128, no, what was it? Let me think. Try this. Try and find this here. 128.40. Yeah, so right around here. Well, we went ahead and got a preliminary one here because of this H pattern, and held it because it never went above the high of the day. Basically, it ticked it right here, but it never actually went up above. We were rewarded with our patience. I should have grabbed a second position here at the break of the low of the day, but I didn't. I waited for our entry, and that was fine. And the next day, all hell broke loose. And I actually took, I think it was $30 of profit down in here somewhere from that initial one that we got. And then held the other up here and then repurchased another one 132. Our stop was 134.97. It was very wide because this has a wide range of trading. And then Netflix happened, and it crashed down. Sold part of the position here for almost $300 profit. Held another one into yesterday, and the one from yesterday, yeah, I sold. I don't quite remember. Yeah, I sold the remainder one here. I added to the position here, and then went ahead and took another $100 profit here. So we're up almost $400 on these trades. And then I ended up buying another one at the close here because I was like, I don't think it's done. So let's keep on going. And that's where we're at now. So we are currently at 121.30, which is dangerously close to the low of the day yesterday. It's actually lower than the supported low, which was around, 121.50. So we'll see what happens. It very well could have a green day. I mean, but the rest of the market's not looking all that great. But we are kind of reaching the bottom of that weekly channel. Let's go here to the weekly chart. Man, I'd like to get rid of these, but can't really. There we go. So this channel here is really what we're what we're looking for. The bottom of it is 119.85. And then you did have a lower day at 117.20 or whatever it was. People on Discord are saying, 120, 119. I'm seeing this and this and this and this and this. And the closing this day and the low of this day. I'm more seeing 121. But I'm definitely willing. The put that I had gotten has a strike of 117, which is right here. So I'm half tempted to just hold it, and then it expires next week. What's this? 119. Yeah, 120. I guess. I mean, I could see that, but I'm still just not convinced that 121 isn't the better goal for this, but we'll see. It has in the past dropped significantly over the course of, these are weeklies, so 4 weeks has gone down a lot. We're still in the first week here. Craziness can happen, I mean, it could go all the way back down to 110. 100 would be a little bit of a stretch, I think, because it has all of this to get through. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at some pretty good potential earnings on it. So, woohoo. So that's the idea behind Disney, and we're hoping that it works out all the way down to 119, 117. I'd be very stoked about that if that was the case. Tesla had kind of a bad day yesterday. They had good earnings, of course, but they gave up almost all of those gains. Just Twitter. I'm so disappointed in you, Twitter. It looks like it's kind of trending upward. I mean, you could theoretically draw a line from here up through here, but I'm not holding my breath. We're down 100% pretty much on the positions that we had on here. I should have cut losses. We're taking profits like on this day and on this day, but I was being stubborn, and so that was unfortunate. But we more than made up for that stupid mistake with the Disney puts, so I'm thankful for that. But see what it does today. I have a put expiring today and a call expiring today. I don't think they're going to go anywhere really. They're down enough that I'm just gonna at the end put a market order and get out of them. The one put I'm gonna just hold because it expires next week, and again it's down about 85% on it, so there's no point in selling it when there's a possibility that this could crack and go back down. We'll see what happens today, but it's definitely not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure with the purchase offer from Elon and the purchase offer from Elon and everything, I thought for sure this was going to just go bazoinkers. And we have had essentially historic volume, but it's not affected. It hasn't affected the price as much as I thought it would. So I don't mind being wrong about that. Excuse me. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We're silly me. Yes, MDT. This is a swing trade that we had considered weeks ago, several weeks ago. Right in this time frame, we were hoping for a break of 113. 10, I think. Yeah. And yesterday, or the day before yesterday, it actually broke that. And so I bought, preliminarily, I got a starter position right around here at about 113. Yeah, when it broke 113. I wish I would have done that a day before so I would have a little bit more buffer room, but it was cheap. It was $45, and I'm like, hey, I'm not. The goal on this is 116-ish, so we could potentially make about $45 off of it. 100%, which would be great. But it's not like a huge trade like what Disney was. I don't expect to get the same gains. So if I can get 50% on a swing trade on this, that's fine. So we have our stop set here at 111, and then our goal set at, I'm actually going to lower this a little bit because I think it's going to lower it down to 116-ish. Okay. I'm going to replace this with 115.98. That's not necessarily where I'm going to sell it, but that's where I want to be alerted at, so that I know that it's getting ready to be sold. The idea is that once it's beyond this 115.50 area, that it's going to gap up to almost 117 because we have a little gap here. That's the idea. I would rather take safe profits a little bit before then. So Disney, I'm kind of kicking myself because I've had a total of 4 puts on this thing. I bought one here, one here. I bought one here and one here, so that's 4 of them. No, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah, so I've had a total of 4, 5 actually. I wish I would have held every last one of those, but when you're staring at $400 of profit, $300 on this day and then another $100 on this day, it's kind of like, Now, the other thing that I really regret is right here. I was watching this at work, Head and Shoulders right here. it didn't breach the high of the day, and it fell below VWAP and wasn't going anywhere. It was staying below this. I think this is the uh, 9-day simple moving average line. It was staying below that, and I almost added to the position. I actually had an order in that would have, like, if it would have gone back up to VWAP here and bounced off of it, the order would have filled. I was being a little bit stingy. I didn't want to give up my gain, so I was like, well, if I get into here and it goes up here, blah, blah, blah. The long and the short of it, I didn't have the confidence to get into the trade at a full price right here. So I had a limit order set for bouncing off of VWAP. Well, guess what? It never bounced off of VWAP here. And proceeded to just tank the rest of the day, which was beautiful and awesome. But the thing is, I could have made 200 yesterday, or I could have, put it this way, I could have been up 200, taken $100 profit right in here, and let that other 100 ride for the rest of the day. And then, look, it's dropping even more here, and could have made more today. But I'm thankful I got into a small position. I think it was a $70 position, I believe. Maybe it was a little bit more than that. Let me check my orders here. By 83, yeah. So as of closing yesterday, we were up a few bucks on it. And I had sold the one here for $100 profit, and then when it came back down here, I bought again on that smaller position. So, yeah, let's see what happens today. It's looking pretty promising, and if it keeps cracking down, I mean, hey, I'll definitely take profits at, if it opens it, if it stays below red to green, I'm totally going to hold on to it. If it goes above red to green, then I'm going to let it go, I think, because I'm making $400 in a week. That's pretty stinking good for me, and I don't want to just waste it. So if this goes above red to green, maybe above this support right here, 122, I'd be down probably about $10 or something, and I'd probably cut it at that point. But we'll see what happens. Let's just let it do its thing, But I'm very happy with how this is turning out. This is definitely one of the better trades that I've done. I'm super happy with it. Even, I mean, again, I wish I would have just stuck to the plan entirely, 100%, and didn't take any profits, because then I would be up, nearly with increasing my size and everything. I would be up probably about $1,000 right now. But I'll take 400. It's a good start, and when you're learning how to trade, you take those wins, and you're not necessarily trying to make money, but it's awesome when it happens, and you learn. And this was definitely a huge learning curve for me, a huge lesson for me, not a learning curve, but a really huge lesson on patience, holding key levels. I mean, this was picture perfect in so many different ways. I mean, after this big spike and then the fail, it would make a high first thing in the day and then never get over it. And if I'm day trading instead of swing trading, this would have freaked me out. Like, I would have been like, oh shoot, I'm going to get out of this, and I would have had a loss. I would have taken a look at this pattern here. I probably would have shorted it right down here like an idiot, breaking the low of pre-market, and then got stopped out. Not necessarily stopped out, but I would have been freaked out because it got so high. But it never touched the high of the day, and then proceeded to bomb the rest of the day and the next day. And that's the beauty of the swing trade, is that you're not sitting at your screen worrying about it. It's more that you have your stop at the top and your profit at the bottom, and theoretically, technically speaking. You set your order, and then you just wait for one of those alerts to go off. Now, again, I tried to play it smart. I took profits along the way. Um, and again, I don't necessarily regret that. I think that being a smart trader is um, building into a position and then slowly getting out of that position, building out of the position. Um, so that's my excuse for not making $1,000. But I have no excuse for Netflix. I mean, that I really should have done something with that, but whatever. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. Actually, that's more like milk that went by in the dairy truck, and I didn't even get any of it. I mean, look at this. This is bonkers. So crazy. And look at this opportunity to short yesterday. I actually was looking at this and I'm like, oh boy, this could be fun. But didn't do anything about it. Oh well. That there, I could for I could have risked about $100 doing a spread or a saddle, whatever you want to call it, buying a put for $100 and a call for $100. The call would have lost 100% of its value, no question about that. But the puts, let's just do a 270. I want to look at that here. I probably shouldn't look at it because I'll just be regretting my life decisions and that sort of thing. Yeah, so could have risked about, let's see here, what is this here? What was it? Yeah, I mean, could have risked about $200. And then Wednesday at 9:08, which is right here at the bottom, I think. Yep. I could have sold it for $5,700. I mean, that's why it's like I have no excuse. That was just stupid. Tesla would not have worked out terribly well. It wasn't nearly as janky. I mean, it was still $100 for of gap, and that would have been amazing. But I don't think it would have been as profitable. But we'll just be happy with Disney here and see what happens with it. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. I hear somebody shooting outside. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic for a couple minutes here as I just wait. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes in the open. I mean, of course, unless it goes green on the day. Um, but I'm gonna wait a little bit, see what happens. So, and here comes the bell. There we are. We hit our target. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see what it does in the next few minutes here. I'm going to let the options mature just a little bit too. So I'm zooming out to just kind of give us a good perspective of what's happening. MDT is very close to our stop right there. So that's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, there it went. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and close that out and hold to our stop. So, interesting thing with MDT, the option spread is currently $1 to 20. So it's kind of interesting. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to just do a market order on it because yeah, just do what we can. So sold it for 12. Okay. Excuse me. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing that I would have taken profits there at 119, but um, that's okay. Again, like I said, it's if it goes green on the day, I'll get out of it. But it's holding this. Definitely found support at 120. Are we gonna have tweezers here? Is that what we're gonna have? I wouldn't mind some tweezers right here. These little guys here. I sure wouldn't mind that. And this spy is dying pretty hard, so it's going to help us a little bit, but we are tapping on VWAP here, so let's see what happens. Da, 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 da. I do like that we broke the 120.50 level. So that's pretty awesome. Let's look at it on a little bit longer time frame here. 120.20. So SPY just hit a new low for the session. Do 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 do. See, the problem with the SPY going down and breaking support and Disney not breaking support is that when the SPY rebounds and bounces, then it could jack Disney back up to the top of the channel. So it's going to depend on the strength of the SPY drop and see if it has enough momentum to actually push Disney down out of the bottom of this channel that it's developing. And it's dropping pretty good. I've already lost $2 on the SPY. I wish it was $2 on Disney, but you know. Can't complain. So Apple is dropping, finding a little bit of support, pre-market levels. Tesla is finding a little bit of support on the lows of yesterday. There's the little bit of rebound. Apple just broke. Yeah, it's still above pre-market lows. So Twitter looks like it's trying to... Twitter is trying to be interesting. Okay, there's the rebound on the SPY. The rebound for Disney. You have a bunch of short people that are shorting it, taking profits around here. I should probably do the same. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty strong. Let's see if it holds 120.50 as it drops back down here. That'll kind of tell us if it's basing or not. 48, 46. And there goes the SPY. Bouncing up again. There's a lot of tall wicks at the top, and I'm hoping that that's signaling that there's weakness. There's a bunch of sellers there. And again, I mean, that was a strong green candle, but it didn't get to the high of the day. So that's why I'm still kind of holding on. And it's probably going to push up, but I want to give it a chance. I would really like to see it, hit 120 again. Let's see here. All right, now we're pushing up. We've got the short sellers kind of scared. It all kind of depends on if the SPY is going to base here and break out, or reverse directions, or is it going to keep going down? Because right now Disney is like rank and file right along with the SPY, so. Hughes is kind of pushing down. So yeah, if this ends up breaking the high of the day, I'm going to go ahead and get out of it. If it gets above 121, we'll just take our profits there. And there it is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Alright, so we made, what did we sell it at? $95. So, made $12 overnight. It's fine. We were up about 25 at one point, so. Oh, yeah. Well, that's awesome. We've actually made probably around 375 with the MDT loss there. Probably around. Oh, was that a 116? Sorry. Oh, you know what? I should have been looking at this. Ugh. I'm such a ditz. It bounced off of that right there, didn't it? Oh, well, that's fine. I'm going to leave it. I don't want to mess up my profits. It's so close to the target price. I'm just going to leave it. So. Now Twitter's actually doing something. Woohoo. Too bad I couldn't have done this earlier in the week. But, you know. I'll bet on the 5 minutes, probably a W pattern. Kind of. Sorta. Yeah. I do feel like shorting it at the red to green line, but Okay, so I'm gonna call that a day. Yep, good stuff. Yeah, I should have shorted it there. 21.5. Oh well, that's fine. Well, next week is a new week, and we will um, see what happens with all the stuff over the weekend. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stuff happening in the news. Tell you what, anybody who did the swing trade for the Qs was like they did really well for themselves yesterday. Yeah, somebody's talking about AMD on Discord, and it was a swing the other week, but we got stopped out of it. I think, didn't we? Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, we got stopped out, and if we would have been able to hold it a little bit longer, well then. Twitter, Twitter, Twitter. Ah, come on. Give me something. Like, I'll take anything. I mean, okay. So, Twitter here has broken out. It's just so far away from my call here. Hang on a second. Where are we on this? Give it to me. I mean, Twitter board has back against the wall, they say. if we can get into, if it can have a fantastic day today, might be able to recoup some of our losses using this call here. So I kind of doubt it. I don't think it has that kind of momentum. But hey, we'll see. We will see. Dee. Yeah, Disney's going back down. Should have held it. Oh well. It's okay. Okay, well, I'm going to go. This wraps up our trading for this week. Fantastic, amazing, and wonderful. I'm super stoked about it. It worked out very nicely. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, take care of yourself. Enjoy. And we'll see you back here Monday morning around 8 o'clock. So don't be late. And that was for me, not for anybody else. So take care.